Kevin, a college student, found himself deep into the stress of final exams. It was the night before the last test, and he was burning the midnight oil in the silent library. As the clock struck midnight, the campus lay still, and only Kevin's footsteps echoed in the empty corridors as he made his way back to the dorm. Exhausted and fatigued, Kevin walked through the dimly lit path, feeling an air chill down his spine. Suddenly, a gust of cold wind swept through, and he shivered involuntarily. The surroundings grew eerily silent, except for the faint whisper that seemed to linger in the air. Turning around, he caught a glimpse of a shadow, but as he looked closer, it vanished into thin air. As fatigue inducted hallucinations, Kevin continued his journey. Passing through a densely wooded path, he felt a presence trailing behind him. He quickened his pace, and when he glanced over his shoulder, he saw a blurry figure.
Coming to a halt, he strained to identify the shape. Slowly, the figure took form, a young woman in an old-fashioned white school uniform, with disheveled hair falling over her shoulders. Her eyes fixed on Kevin with an unsettling mixture of sorrow and resentment. "Who are you?" Kevin managed to utter, swallowing hard. The woman remained standing, nodding slightly before tunneling and disappearing into the dark thicket of trees. Intrigued and anxious, Kevin followed. The jury led them to an abandoned building, and the woman pointed to an ancient classroom door before vanished mysteriously into the night.
Upon entering, Kevin discovered an empty room. However, the chalkboard bore a cryptic message. "You should have returned to your dormitory, child." Shivers ran down Kevin's spine as a chilling atmosphere enveloped the room. He hastily left, but that night, sleep eluded him. The next day, he shared the encounter with friends, only to be met with disbelief. From that day forward, Kevin sensed a specter present in his life. Whenever he burned the midnight oil, a cold wind would remind him of that haunting encounter. Perhaps the spirit of the young woman still lingered, cautioning against the mistake she once made. The news of Kevin's demise spread throughout the campus, leaving a lingering unease. Despite efforts to conceal the truth, a ghost story emerged. Students spoke of chilling lines and glimpses of the woman in the white uniform on quiet nights.
One brave soul decided to investigate. Walking through the dark hallway, feeling an unusual chill, looking up, he saw the woman figure at the end. She nodded, leading him to an old classroom. Pointing at the blackboard, the woman's message appeared. "You are all too late. We are all too late." Fading away, she left the room in darkness. Realizing it was a forgotten tale, a student saw Kevin's death as a plea from a lonely soul. News spread, and students explored the campus at night, seeking the woman's presence. Legend spoke of hearing her cries and catching glimpses of her unforgettable figure. The ending left endless room for imagination. Every corner of the campus became an expedition, each night a potential encounter with the lingering soul. Perhaps the story will never conclude, as the spirit patiently waited for someone to understand her plight.